What is good is your boy TY, King of Lake Michigan, your Chi-Town merman, and welcome back to the motherfucking Cove, you guys. I know it's been a minute. I've been just taking care of my fucking self and just life and shit, yo. But I'm back, and today I want to do a story time for you guys. So if you're new to my channel, like, share, subscribe, do all that good shit. Follow me at the _Cove 9.0 on Instagram. I talk about black shit, nostalgia, current shit from the past, whatever I feel like talking about, I'll talk about that shit. But in today's video, I'll be talking about a threesome I had. Now, I don't know what it is with me and threesomes. They just do not go the way I want them to. They always turn out bad. So I've never, sorry about that. My auntie called me. And if you can hear the fan in the background, well, that's the fan in the background, I guess, if you can hear that. But where did I leave off? Yes, threesomes are just not for me. Like, I don't know what the fuck be the problem, but people just don't know how to play along and share. And this is Benjamin, for you guys who don't know who this is Benjamin. But yeah, and I was saying that yeah, threesomes are just not my cup of tea. They just don't seem to work out for me. Like, I'm always the one left out. Like, I don't know how, and I'm like, do my best to please both parties, but somehow I'm always the one who's left out. So I took a hiatus from threesomes. I was like, no more of that shit. I was just gonna mess around with one person, and I was like, that's cool. Like, because it seemed like every time I have a threesome, it just was a problem. So I was good on that shit. But this particular instant was different. Now, D is one of my regular fuck buddies, and John, well, y'all don't even know who the fuck he is, I'll say his name, John. John was his friend. Now, me and D been messing around for like the longest. We've been messing around for a while. But we was always talking about like doing a threesome together, but we could never find a third party who was compatible with both of us. So we just never did it up until this day. He ended up hitting me up, asking me what I was doing. I was like, shit, I ain't doing nothing, because I don't really usually be doing shit. And he asked me, do I want to hang out? I was like, sure, whatever. And then he told me about John. I was like, oh, cool. Well, if you think he's a good match, then this should be dope, because D is freaky and I'm freaky. So of course he's gonna find somebody that fits the dynamic of us two. So we ended up linking up, and we ended up going to John's house to do the dirty deed. D was nice. John was pretty good looking. He was a nice dark-skinned dude, nice muscles, he had a nice penis. Like, John was cool. John was real cool. But now, I should have been aware. Well, shit was going off in my head before, but I wasn't really paying no attention. So we get to John's house, and strike one for me was when we walked in. I like noticed a bunch of mannequins everywhere. It wasn't like a strike for me, but I peeped shit. Y'all know I be peeping shit. So when I went into the house, I peeped that he had like mannequins and stuff everywhere. I'm like, okay, cool. He might be like a dress designer or some shit, or I don't know, like his roommate or something might be a dress designer. Like, I knew he didn't live alone from how his house was, but I didn't want to say nothing. So that was strike one. Now, strike two was, he was like, we're gonna have to do it in the living room. And I'm like, you have a whole bed, nigga. Like, why can't we do it in the bedroom? Like, I'm a freak, so it don't really matter where we do it at, but I'm thinking like to be more comfortable and it make more sense like to do it in the bedroom. But he was like, no, we're gonna have to do it in the living room. And I was like, okay, but that was strike two in my head. But I'm like, you know what, I ain't saying nothing. So we in the living room, and we get to being nasty, pretty much. Like, I gets to licking and sucking, and gets to doing the same, and we just having a nice dirty old time. So actually, before that happened, we was smoking. This was strike three. Strike three was John didn't have no weed. I should have just smoked that one blunt I had, but I was like, you know what, this is gonna be some freaky shit, and I ended up smoking both the blunts I I rolled up, and John was like he was gonna give me $10 after we messed around and all this shit for the weed. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So like I said, that was strike 3 because like I said, I should have just smoked that one blunt, but I wasn't thinking too much about it. So even though I was like, this is a decent looking dude, I'm just like, okay, something might be something up with this nigga, but I didn't know what it was. So we smoked, chill, chat, and then we get to start licking, sucking, and commence to doing the nasty. So they eating me, I'm sucking them, and they get to topping me. I'm in the middle, and yeah, they get to doing their thing. Now, like I said, we was in the midst of doing everything, and it was nice. It was hot. It was really, really nice. It was a juicy moment. Like I was giving a little cheek clap. Like it was sexy going on. Like it was everything. Okay. Now, in the midst of John topping me, like he was like laying some good dick. Now, John got some really good dick, but in the midst of all that, like I said, John started to put his clothes on, and I'm just like literally sitting there with my ass in the air, asshole naked. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? So John is putting on his clothes, and he's telling us to put our clothes on and stuff. So we start getting dressed, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He like his roommate coming home. I'm like, oh, all right. And like I said, I knew he didn't live by himself because like I said, I saw a bunch of dress mannequins and stuff around. It looked like it was somebody else living there with him. So I was like, okay, well, I guess we gotta go because the roommate here and all this shit. So me and D is putting our clothes on and all our stuff, and we ended up leaving John back at his crib to I guess deal with his roommate and shit. So me and D left and got to fucking and doing stuff at his house, and D dropped me off at home. And I was like, that was some weird ass shit. Like that was weird. Like that was just weird as fuck. So I ended up texting D. I'm like, what the fuck was that about? After like sometime that day had went past, and I'm just like, what the fuck was that about? He was like, I don't know. I asked him and all this shit. So I guess he asked John what the fuck was going on, and he tell me that that wasn't his roommate. That was his fucking boyfriend, and that wasn't their house, that was his fucking mama's house. So not only was you fucking me and another nigga in your boyfriend's house, you fucking us in your boyfriend's mama's house. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? So not only do you got me in your nigga's house fucking around, this is your nigga's mama's house. Like, you disrespectful ass bitch. Like, what possessed you to do some foul shit like that? Like, I personally never was the one to do dudes in relationships or try and fuck around with dudes in relationships, because that's not cool. I never wanted to be a homewrecker. I don't like that shit. It's not fun. It's not cute. It's not the tea, okay? And to people who are out there doing it, do you. I'm not judging nobody, but it's just not something I would prefer to do. So I was livid as fuck. I'm like, this nigga got me in his boyfriend's mama house. Like, that is some trifling ass shit. Like, not only is this your boyfriend's house, this your boyfriend mama house. Like, that's disrespectful as fuck. Like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, people are crazy, yo. Like, and then the dude still had the nerve to try and, I guess he found me on the app or whatever. He was trying to talk to me, and I'm like, nigga, you got a whole boyfriend. Like, no, ain't nobody, shut up, be quiet. Ain't nobody trying to talk to your motherfucking ass. You got a whole boyfriend? No, I don't share, nigga. I don't like sharing. I like to have dick to myself unless we agree upon sharing it in a threesome setting, but I'm not sharing no dick. But that shit was fucking crazy. I'm like, you really had 2 other niggas in this boy's mama's house. Like, this ain't even y'all house. This is his mama's house. Like, do you know how disrespectful that motherfucking shit is? But yeah, so I never talked to John again. Me and D still hang out, well, still talking shit, but I don't do threesomes for that. It's, like I said, I don't know why, but that was a good threesome. I'm not gonna lie, that was a really hot, dirty, good threesome, but it ended weird as fuck. And it's like, no, like, no. So like I said, I'm done with threesomes. I'm not gonna have threesomes. I don't want to be against them. I do want to have a nice one, but it's like every time I try to have one, it's just not the tea. So I don't know, y'all. I just like fucking with one nigga or just fucking with myself, doing solo shit. But y'all tell me about y'all threesomes and how that shit go, because girl, I just can't have them. I can't do it. It's not for me. I can do everything else, the outdoor sex, toys, head, all that, but threesomes, nah. Group, anything involving more than one person, I'm good on. So yeah, I hope y'all like this video. I'm gonna try and post some more shit. I got some stuff in the works for y'all. So don't kill me. Keep following, sharing, liking, subscribing my shit. But yes, it's your boy TY. This is the code. Follow me on the code. the _code 9.0 on Instagram. And yeah, see you later.